Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Axiom Verge. So we got the grappling hook and it immediately unlocks some problems because it's another wonky control and I needed to use it to get to this platform, and so now that I did that off screen I can get to this platform and we can get this collectible, which is a health fragment, and there's nothing else over here, so we can now move on, hopefully with little effort. It's still wonky. It's still a very weird way to control things. Alright, so map wise we need to go down because there's nothing else in this area. There are clearly areas like this that are just giant overworld maps, and then you will get into a map like this, which is literally nothing. Can't grab enemies, at least not yet. I can't grab repair drones, at least not yet. So repair drones are just being dispensed like crazy. We freed them. And now that we have the grapple, we can finally get back to the beginning of the map. I just want to shoot down this general direction, make sure I kill whatever might be down there. Right, so this is an example of an area where, like, there might be something, there might not. I can fast travel, I can phase through these two areas, or I could drop down one. Probably wouldn't be terrible to drop down one, but that didn't really help anything. We found this dead face that supposedly is was working for Athetos. So it looks like the repair drones might weaken the enemies in some areas. If that is the actual case, that would be interesting, because then, well, I'd have less struggle. Right, that was clearly a point where I was supposed to use a grapple. That would have been so easy to do. Let's go through here. Now, am I falling off a cliff and looking at the background, or am I in a weird rock area? I guess I'm in a weird rock area. Alright. It's been a while since we've had any of this, and there still seems to be no visible difference between a rock area and that you can break in a regular area. There we go. Make sure we hit that. Make sure we go this way because that's the tile set that implies that there's more collectibles. Well, actually, we've been over there. Yeah, we've been in this room too. Interesting. Alright, so it wants us to go over here. And then let's get rid of that guy first. I can get that high, but then what? Without a distance improvement, I can't get any higher. I guess maybe I am supposed to just swing. Alright. Now, let's ask this question. This doesn't seem like this would work. And the grapple doesn't really work that well. It doesn't give you any verticality in your abilities. So I'm suspecting what this is a case of actually I'm gonna have to work my way around like over here. Yeah. This was an area I couldn't reach before, and the little red rock is even acting as a marker of, yeah, this is how you can get over to this point. And alright, now this is questionable. It still feels like I need a triple jump, doesn't it? Or just an increase in height. If we shoot way up here and swing, it never gets you any increased height. If I swung that way, I don't think that would do anything. So it seems to me like what we're supposed to do is actually swing from this point and just crawl across the ceiling. Well, I guess that works. You can just tap B and that works fine. Okay. And then we can tap B a lot more. And that works fine. And we'll just jump up and throw the remote droid that direction so it shows the map. Come on, hit the guy. There we go. Now, I could get up that high, and theoretically that might change the calculation a little bit. So that way is the way down, not the way up. And we're on to a third area. Like we have gone from being completely confused about what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to go on the map, to I think being pretty solid about knowing where we're supposed to go, which is cool, certainly. I don't know if it really is fair or important to make any kind of criticism or complaint that a lot of this map is now taking place outside. That's probably perfectly fine. Let's see what that did. No. That seems it turned it into more of the same. Over here. Let's see. Seems like we're running into a lot of places where there are corners. And those corners are tempting me to jump in directions that I really shouldn't be jumping. There's an area down there. Let's see. Yeah. I don't see any collectible over there, so I'm going to assume that that's a moderately safe area. I'm gonna jump and then fall a little bit and try and swing, and that didn't work. Jump and press and then swing. I guess I can phase through these. I want to say call it fast traveling, but it's actually the exact opposite of that. We're in this snow area that seems to imply there's a more living creatures or furry creatures in the snow area. That looks like that might be some kind of secret, but I don't know how I could toss a remote drone over there. So yeah, unless I'm supposed to just angle it in like that, which maybe that is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And it feels like for this game you kind of have to play along and get all the collectibles. I don't think you can avoid them. I think I probably need to be on the very edge before I leap and jump. Yeah, that's exactly what we were going for. Alright. So, playing as a remote drone will be, I assume, a section that you have to play very carefully and not take any damage. I have no clue how much damage some of these things would do. Just go ahead and avoid that. Lasers undoubtedly do a decent amount of damage. They're not doing too much damage, actually. but I don't want to get hit by them full force either. It's feeling a little repetitive, but that is the end, so it's not too bad. And what is this? Reflector. Projectors reflect off walls. That feels like something that would have been really, really helpful in a lot of fights. So, and that, doesn't seem like it's anything, because it's not labeled down here as an object, as a thing. It's just a weapon, which, okay, I would prefer if these projectiles reflected, but take what we can get. I was sort of hoping that all projectiles would bounce off the walls eventually. I don't think there's a way to get up higher in the position I'm in, so let's come back over here and get this. I'm in kind of a bad position, frankly. Let's see, because, well, simply because I'm in low health and I have not found a save station. So if I was to die, I'm not really sure where I would go, other than almost certainly it is very, very far away. Just attack these like this. Trying to get to the edges of the screen, just so we know. Apparently I can just aim upward, so that thing's not really hurting me. Alright, there's something over here. How can I get to it? Be nice if I could pan the screen. Alright, I'm gonna shoot that down. That is where we were. So that also looks like where we were. So how do we get over there? Let's look at the map. There must have been some other secret passage. Right. Down, 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 down. Try this again. Ah, yes. There was. Public notice. To the people of Sudra, it has come to pass that both the High Priestess and Ninuruna have died of plague, as have many of the priesthood and nobility. Sudra as a kingdom is no more. Look for us in prisons below Council Rock, where the Coleal two are awakening the old machine. May the gods guide us until distant days. Now, I wonder if I was to come back to the inventory. Now, this public notice, if I was to deactivate this, it will look like, okay, it's a bunch of straight lines, looks kind of like Sumerian, ancient, whereas this looks more like a computer language and a very different language. So we will eventually, I assume, be able to decode all of the notes we find. Almost certainly, though, that is a secondary goal, not of real importance, unless we find a note right before the end of the final boss fight and it tells us, oh, actually we've been the bad guy all along, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly the case. Swing that way. Swing this way. Have to remember that I'm still low on health. I guess it's not too much to try that jump. Yeah. But it still feels like I need a triple jump. So I back this way, unless we've gotten all of the things we need to collect in this area, which I question. Right. What if I was to do this and then that? Well, seems like they intentionally enjoy making falls have you land in really far away, so you have to maneuver yourself back up. Like every missed jump makes you do a lot more jumping, stretching the game out of what feels like cruelty more than any desire to make the game more entertaining. Right, we were here. We were looking for that collectible. We got that collectible. Let's go over to the edges and see if we can find a save spot. Nope. We'll take that. This is a lot of activity, a lot of jumping. Unnecessary. And this doesn't feel like, well, sadly, it kind of does feel like Bionic Commando, the reboot that I played, and Rearmed, in the sense that both of those had pretty bad programming on their grapple swing also, and it definitely left me with a feeling that I was not going to ever really appreciate a a game where you're swinging instead of just triple jumping or even hovering. I'm gonna just throw the remote drone that way. That seems to be the end of this direction. Let's get rid of most of the people. There we go. I want to just be ever so careful, because it feels like we are right on the edge of dying or falling all the way down again. Let's see what's over here on the left. Is there anything more over here? All save rooms up until this point have had the consistent issue of being a single room with nothing else in them, so look, these don't even grapple. Like you can't really grapple the walls, so I can't get up there anyways. Alright. So let's put a 1 indicator over there and see if this is just going to be a big boss fight or something. It seems oddly empty. So yeah, it seems like until I can turn off these bricks, I can't get into that area. Alright, so let's put a 2 there. And yeah, there's nothing the grapple can do. That's progress, certainly. We're back up to full health. We're in a relatively good position, almost fell down. And let's see. This reflector now. Doesn't seem like it works. It seems like the angles are just kind of in the wrong place for it to be useful half the time. And it requires less aiming to fire this. What have we got now? Yet another ability. Enhanced drone launch. Increase the range of the remote drone. Which I guess means, yeah, it's just gonna get thrown a lot further now. Which means a lot of the places in the past where I was trying to launch it probably could have been done easier, although this still seems kind of difficult. What I would like to have had there certainly is if the enhanced drone launch also indicated that the enhanced drone, the remote drone, is now going to be like twice as powerful. I guess we could put it out. It doesn't feel like twice as powerful, but it might be slightly more powerful. But I don't know if that changes too much. Let's say we can get rid of this and then get rid of this. Okay. So, remote drone, now enhanced drone launch are separate upgrades. That leaves us with only 7 more upgrades to get in the entire game, which is interesting. There still seems to be a considerable amount of weapons here, and I don't think you could merge 2 weapons together and make a 3rd weapon, because there's probably not enough spots for that to happen. There's still plenty of notes to be found and passwords to be found, and as far as this map goes, we've been all over this map, and I don't think that we're gonna have anything else to do. Maybe as we come down towards the bottom of this map to exit back to the face Ophelia creature, maybe we'll try the enhanced launch to see if there's a thing or two to find. But if I really am going to try to get all the collectibles and all the upgrades and everything, that might also be a case of I would have to use a walkthrough to do it, because I wouldn't be surprised if I missed 1 or 2 in several areas. This area now has a, like, with the grapple we could now get in this area, I suppose, but we can't get in this area. We can now work our way back to this area and this area also, so there's at least 3 places for us to look around, and I am fairly certain that there's probably some stuff we'll find that exits to another area in this map. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another exit in this map. This map has 3 exits, this map has 4 exits, this map has at least 2 exits, this map has at least 1 exit from what we've seen. So we're on a good path to progress. No longer are we confused and wandering around trying to figure out what to do. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.